Meeting pagi hari ini, hari Selasa tanggal 7 Mei 2024, bersama saya Ardina Glenda. Perjumpaan kita pagi hari ini akan dibuka dengan update dari Telkom Indonesia yang akan dibawakan secara langsung oleh research analis kita, Chong Hun Won dari studio Mirae Asset Sekuritas Indonesia. Hello, good morning, Won.
Hello, good morning, Glenda.
So we're going to talk about Telkom Indonesia.
Yep. So today I want to talk about Telkom Indonesia, and I want to go through about the first quarter 2024 performance and our recent recommendations. So before we begin, of course, you may all know about like what Telkom Indonesia about, but I just want to briefly look over about the company itself. So first, yes, Telkom Indonesia is the largest telecommunication company in Indonesia. And in terms of market cap, it's the 8th largest company in Indonesian stock exchange. And Telkom has around like 160 million mobile users and also 10.3 million of IndiHome users. And also it has Mitratel, has data center, and so on. And it serves a lot of services, and it is deeply integrated into our daily lives. Okay, next. So now let's dive into the recent first quarter performance. So Telkom Indonesia recorded 37.4 trillion rupiah in terms of revenue, and which is a 3.7% growth in terms of year on year. And the main growth driver was mobile data revenue. And as we can see, its data revenue increased, but its SMS, fixed, and cellular voice revenue decreased. And this is more like an overall trend for telecommunication companies. It's like, so you can see, you're not using direct SMS or phone call, but you're using WhatsApp or other platforms. So that's why it is decreasing, but it is setting off by the increase of this data revenue. And if you can see the operational metrics, Telkom is experiencing quite a good growth of number of subscribers. So its mobile subscribers is increasing, and its IndiHome, which is a home broadband service, subscribers are also increasing to 10.3 million, and mobile subscribers to 159.7 million users. However, one concerning point that I want to highlight is that its ARPU, which is called average revenue per users, is decreasing for 3 consecutive quarters. I think that's something that is quite ambiguous about its results.
If we see the table here, it seems like the IndiHome subscribers climbed up, but the revenue decreased year on year. Is there any problem or issue in the business?
So thank you, Glenda. That's a quite good point. So I think no. The answer is no. This is more like an accounting issue. So Telkom Indonesia decided to reclassify its IndiHome B2B revenue, B2B business side to the in the internet data and IT service segment. So this is more like a reclassification issue. So if we factoring out this B2B side, and when we considering only IndiHome B2C side, IndiHome B2C revenue increased by 6.6% on year-on-year growth. Okay. Now let's move on to its profitability side. Okay, so Telkom Indonesia, in terms of profitability, its operating income, net profit decreased, while EBITDA showed a slight increase, but with a margin decline. So one of the main reasons of decrease in its profit is because of its increase in personal expenses, mainly due to the THR effect. So until last year, THR recorded in second quarter, but from this year, THR will record in first quarter. So it's a little awkward to compare the personal expenses in Q on Q basis, because now THR will be recorded in the first quarter. So that's why it seems like its personal expenses increase. And Another point that I want to highlight is not mentioned in the chart, but it made a 400 billion of loss from its GoTo investment position. So I think those are the two reasons that it impacted the overall profit of telecom. So that's why overall profitability showed a slight decrease in first quarter 2024.
Okay. Do you think that this profitability decline will continue?
So no, I don't think so. Because if we're looking at the details of the first quarter 2024 expense, so apart from the personal expenses and its loss from the GoTo, there weren't any significant increases in other expenses. So personal expense increase is not a big issue because it will be stabilized in second quarter because it's just the hair effect. And also for the GoTo one, I believe GoTo now is in the bottom line, its stock price. So I don't think it will impact more on its in its bottom line. So hopefully it's this kind of trend will not continue, and we think there's room for improvement. Okay, now let's move on to our investment thesis. So, however, despite these challenges, we maintain quite a positive outlook on Telkom Indonesia for these several reasons. So, first one is Telkom continues to demonstrate its dominant position in the Indonesian market, leading in coverage experience, download speed, and overall service quality compared to competitors. So, and as we can see in the chart, this superiority is particularly evident, especially in rural areas. And second point that I want to highlight is Telkom is evolving into integrated telecommunication group. So Telkom is not only a mobile service company anymore. So I would say, as I mentioned earlier, its IndiHome business, which is a home broadband business, is now reaching to 10.3 million users, which is the #1 player in the market. And as we can see in the chart, Indonesia's fixed broadband business has a lot of growth potential, where its penetration rate is much lower compared to other countries in Southeast Asia. So with these reasons, I think we still want to maintain our positive outlook on Telkom right now. Okay, now let's move on to the last part of the valuation and our investment recommendation. So as you may all know, Telkom is currently undervalued, and with its valuation almost reaching to pandemic shock level. So this is something very surprising stock price right now. And also its valuation is significantly lower than the sector average in other countries. Therefore, we upgraded our recommendation to buy, even though we slightly lower our target price. Okay.
Do you have any words to the investors out there regarding the recent decline of Telkom's stock price? Many investors seem to be concerned about this.
Yes. So as I mentioned, while Telkom has recently posted somewhat ambiguous results, there are no inherent issues that I can find in terms of fundamentals. So I think the recent stock decline has been a little bit excessive. Therefore, we believe it deserves to have a better valuation in the future.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the update, Chongun.
Thank you.
Dan sahabat Firasat, kita menuju ke update berikutnya, Indonesia Market Update yang akan disampaikan oleh Gali Satyadharma. Halo, selamat pagi Gali.